Welcome to One Place at KPL's presentation on thank you letters. In this web tutorial, we'll be discussing the best practices for thanking your organization's donors. Pause the video at any time to take note of what's on the screen. Let's get started. First, let's start with a few quick stats about donors. Of all of your first-time donors, 75% say their first gift was not as high as it could have been. And 65% of them will not be making a second gift to your organization. However, 80% say a meaningful thank you would ensure they did make a second gift. It's clear that in order to receive a second gift, you must thank your donors in a timely and meaningful way. And the thank you letter is your first step. When writing a thank you letter, you want to get personal and leave out the formalities. This means you should not use an address block at the top of the letter. When writing the salutation, be sure to use the donor's name. It catches their attention. Write in a conversational tone using we're, your, and they'll. In other words, write using the language you use when talking to another person and not on a resume. Use the word you a lot. Once you write your thank you letter, go through it and count the number of times you write the word you and the word I. You should be using the word you a lot more than the word I. The thank you letter should be sent within 48 hours of your organization receiving the gift, but should definitely not take more than a week to get out. You want your donor's contribution to be fresh on their memory when they receive your thank you letter. Now, let's look at the content that should be used in your letter. Use a thoughtful opening to demonstrate how important your donor is to you. This could be, "You've given us hope. Look what you made possible," or "We're so thankful for people like you." Whatever you say, make it meaningful. Tell them exactly how their gift benefits the lives of those you serve or the community at large. Your content should be exciting and vivid. Stories are the most powerful way to communicate. Try using stories from a client, or better yet, have the client write the letter. A picture or drawing will help demonstrate the impact of the gift the donor has made. Your donor will also want to know when and how they will hear from you the next time. Be sure to follow up with the donor exactly how and when you say you will. Each letter, regardless of donation size, should be signed by a person the donor is likely to know. This could be a volunteer, a board member, or a staff member. And, if you can, include a short handwritten note on the letter. This makes it a lot more personal. Perhaps most importantly, your thank you letter should not ask for another gift. Your thank you letter should also include a disclosure statement as outlined by the IRS. This includes the name of your organization and that your organization is a 501c3 as recognized by the IRS, the amount of cash donation or a description of items donated, the date donation was received or postmarked. You'll also need to include a statement about whether or not goods or services were given to the donor in exchange for the gift. If you didn't give the donor anything for their gift, simply state that no goods or services were received in return for this gift. If you gave the donor a gift in exchange for the donation, such as tickets to an event, you will need to describe the item given to the donor as well as the estimated value. Since we want to keep the body of the thank you letter as personal as possible, it is best to place this IRS language at the very bottom of your letter out of the way. Now we will take all of the pieces we just talked about and combine them into our final thank you letter to our donor. You'll notice that the letter is very personal, using conversational language, and offers a great example of the type of work their donation will go toward. There is a short, handwritten note from someone the donor may know, and the letter is signed by a person. Our required IRS language is at the very bottom of this letter, so the letter's content remains personal. And that's it for the thank you letter tutorial. We hope that you now have a basic understanding of how to best write your donor thank you letters. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact the OnePlace staff at oneplace@kpl.gov.